When you come on a tourist visa, a lot of times there's this misunderstanding that says, let's say you come on a tourist visa, you stay the 6 months. If you want to come back again, you have to wait another 6 months outside the United States to balance it out and then come back in. And so, this is like bad information that goes around on Reddit information, like when people are online talking about stuff. There's no rule that says if you were in the United States a certain period of time on a tourist visa, to stay outside for a certain period of time. Now, I've heard first line officers of CBP tell people that too, where the client then told me a CBP officer said that, and that's maybe their opinion, and that's how they may internally judge it. So it's not law, but they do whatever they want to do. But I've seen many times, especially Canadians, where they are in the U.S. for 5 months, they go back to Vancouver for a week, and then come back for 5 months, go to Vancouver for a week, and they get away with that for like a year sometimes. So it's not a rule, but that kind of stuff happens. But along with that, always to make sure anyone who comes to your office with the visa, check their I-94, because one thing the officers sometimes do is they try to scare the hell out of the applicant and say, okay, we'll allow you in, but instead of giving me 6 months on a tourist visa, we'll only give you like 2 weeks or something like that. One note, when I talked to CBP years ago, they're like, well, if you're going to give less time, you have to send it, I think, the secondary to do that. Now, I'm not sure if that actually in practice is what it is. I remember they said something like that. Because I've seen many times where the first line officer will say this and write in their passport even, 4 weeks or something. But when you go and check the online I-94, it actually says the full 6 months. So always check on that and don't rely on what they say. It's the online I-94 that is the final word. So if they say something in the passport, whatever they say, and the I-94 is different, the I-94 stands. Now, if they make a mistake and put less time on I-94, that could be a problem too. So you need to contact the local port to fix that kind of issue. You don't want that coming back and being a problem with the client.